And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races presented by Fidelity First. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. I'm Stanton Salter along with oddsmaker Keith Fusel. You have a little Irish in you, don't you?
I got a touch, yeah, in the bloodlines, no doubt. I'm kind of a real mixed bag, but I've definitely got some Irish in me, no doubt about it.
All right, so
Yeah.
a big day here today and a big show for you. We have all kinds of good stuff to show you this morning here on Today at the Races, but let's show you what's going on here for St. Patrick's Day. It's the St. Patty's Day pig roast today here at Laurel Park. Celebrate St. Patty's Day with us here. Play the ponies, go for the green with an exciting afternoon of racing. We have 5 stake races. You can sip and savor at the St. Patty's Day pig roast from noon to 4 on the apron and also in the terrace dining room. Indulge your appetite with succulent roast pork, traditional Irish fare, and all your favorite Irish beverages. So that's today. And also there's the 5 stake races. Race 6 will start the first of 5 consecutive stake races. That's also the start of today's Monster Rainbow Pick 6 with that carryover over 82,000. The Conniver starts the stakes action. Can't wait for that. We have lots of good stuff to show
And
you.
I think we're going to have a little bit better prices all in all throughout today's racing car. We started off with some prices early yesterday and then
right.
it just kind of slimmed down and had a lot of chalk after that. We've got a nice carryover there, real strong. Should be up over, 110, 120,000 when it's all said and done, I would think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's show you the carryover. Second largest pick 6 carryover in the country. Second largest overall carryover in the country today. There it is, $82,248 for today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. That starts in race 6, the Conniver. You have 5 consecutive stake races in today's Pick 6 sequence, so that should be exciting. I have a ticket for it. Everybody should jump on into the Pick 6 today. Let's show you the track conditions and the weather and get right to race 1 here. We had a fast track yesterday, and the inside was pretty good, wasn't it?
It was. It was, a little bit favorable. I believe inside speed was also good. If anybody made up any ground, it was kind of like with a grinding, steady run through the final 3/16 of a mile. No real sharp rallies on the car. You wanted to be really up close turning for home.
Okay, the weather today, we're in the 40s, cloudy. The sun's trying to come out. Hey, we're trying to have a sunny afternoon here, but in the 40s. Main track is fast. First race is 110. Let's get right to race 1. We'll kick off the rolling super high 5. Every race with 7 or more horses, we have the super high 5, and that's a low 15% takeout, so keep your eye on that throughout the day. Also, race 1 kicks off the early pick 5. Industry low 12% takeout, always a mandatory payout on the early pick 5 starting in race 1. Let's take a look. We're going 7 furlongs in the opener. Maiden claiming 10,000, 4 straight 3-year-olds. I'm going with the leading rider of the meet. Georgie Vargas Jr. ends up on the 3. Zeke the streak, 5-2 here for trainer Milan Milosevic, and an okay 4th last down. That was against Maiden, 16,000. This is the cheapest that Zeke's ever run, dropping to the Maiden 10. He's well seasoned for the 7 furlongs. He's been going a mile and a 16. So I love the little cutback and the little drop today. And you get the leading rider here on the 3, Zeke the Streak.
Yeah, he should make a good account of himself, definitely. Zeke the Streak flashed a little bit of speed last time. Comes out of a fast race. Malibu at midnight, I think, like a mid-60 buyer that day. But not a lot of true speed in today's opener going 7 furlongs. I'll take a shot with a 5, Irish Colony. St. Patty's
There you
Day,
go,
right?
yeah, Hunch
There's
play
your
of the
Hunch
day,
play.
yeah.
Just saw it, okay. Irish Colony, the blinkers go on, was a bit of a bad actor, ran off pre-race last time, was claimed out of that race for 16. They wait the time and go ahead and drop, but a couple nice works leading into this race, a couple 5/8 for Claudio. I like that angle. Full Brother was 5 for 22. Maya Desperado, the winner of that race, actually didn't run too bad yesterday. Has a little bit of late action when stepping way up off of the maiden score. Probably the horse to beat, I think, is going to be the favorite. Slight favorite, maybe the 4 Stomp Dance for Lynn Ashby. Ran pretty well. Second time out, now jams down. Made a middle move against the grain of the racetrack. Flattened out a little bit late. Kept good company. Cash Exchanges kind of ran off the screen on that sloppy sealed surface. One of these two to get it done the opener. 4-5. 3-6 Haynes Fever. Brandon Culp hadn't had a lot of luck the last couple years at Laurel, only 1 for 14.
All right, I didn't use the 5 Irish in Colony, but that is the hunch play of the day. I remember Michael Gorham a couple years ago scored with Irish-inspired, a debut winner on St. Patty's Day. Well, Claudio gets a license to steal here. With the horse didn't run well at all, threw a clunker in the debut. Now waits the 30 days, drops to the maiden 10. Horse could wake up today, blinkers on, stretching out the 7 furlongs. So Claudio on top for Keith in the opener. I'll go with Zeke the Streak with the leading rider, Vargas on top. Let's take a look here at the second race. We'll kick off the early pick 4 here in race 2. We're going 6 furlongs. So 25,000 starter allowance contest for filly mares 4 and up. Never won 3 is the condition here. I go with the 4 Aiden's Ragdoll first off the claim for our leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. Horse ran an okay third last out at this level. That was late February. They run right back here at this level. They get Pimentel aboard today. Pimentel didn't ride a whole lot for Claudio, but he's gotten a couple winners home for him. I'll go with the 4 Aiden's Ragdoll first off the claim here.
Yeah, this is a shorter field, but very, very evenly matched when you break it down. I think Tiz Emily and Jill might have a speed advantage over the 3 Annapolis class, so I expect her to carry her speed a little bit further. She won second off the layoff going on the way back January of 2017. Claire's Dowry, I liked her last time first off the claim for Kieran McGee. It really didn't fire, dropped back further than what I thought she would early. Encountered a little bit of trouble, but second time off the claim. This is a good move for Kieran with these fillies and mares. He's 11 for 32. That's 34%. Second off the claim with fillies and mares, dirt sprints, ROI of 251. Claire's Dowry, I think, will be much improved. Second time off the claim.
I didn't use the horse, but you're going to get the leading rider, Vargas. The horse should get a nice trip on the outside. One horse that is going in the right direction, the 3 Annapolis class. 4-year-old daughter of Go Sapper for Horacio De Paz and Sagamore Farm. She's won her last 2. This is a little step up here today. Kevin Gomez rides once again. She's runs fresh today. She's had February and most of March off. So I like the 3 Annapolis class a little bit on the step up today.
Yeah. She's going to have to deal with Tiz Emily and Jill. Can she kind of dog her and maybe go on by? That's going to be the question. But this horse is certainly in sharp form for De Paz. Anissa. Will she drop too far back? That's my biggest concern. She draws the inside, caught a sloppy sealed surface on the 25th of February, a difficult track to make a ton of ground up, but that was good company. Beautiful maiden, very good form, as is Charity Stripe and Sneaky Betty. So Anissa has to be closer turning for home if she's going to get the job done, but this is a little bit of relief from that last start.
All right, nice starter allowance there to kick off the early pick 4. Let's take a look. Race 3 going 6 furlongs. Maiden claiming 10,000 4 straight 3-year-olds. I go to the outside here. You like the 7 as well. El Guerrero Azteca for trainer Donovan Houghton. Chucky Houghton to all of us here in Maryland. First start here in the Houghton barn. They're going to take the blinkers off. Louis Garcia takes the call here. This is a soft group. This horse catches. Has been running against Tougher down there at Gulfstream. Garcia will get a nice stalking trip on the outside here on the favorite with the 7 here.
And Donovan does a good job. 16% over his career with first-time horses moving into his barn for the first time. This horse gets a good draw to the outside. Another race, not a lot of speed. Maybe changes coming. We'll go ahead and send for the Frocks with Weston Hamilton. El Guerrero Azteca, turf to dirt. The blinkers come off. I think this horse will stalk, make a move right into it. Looking for maybe a slight upset with a first or with a 2, though, When the Doves Cry for Jamie Ness and Jagger Inc. Lasix goes on in debut. This 3-year-old colt by Got the Goods, not really familiar with him, has a foal that was only 1 for 20, but ran pretty good in its first couple career starts. I like the work pattern for this horse. Not a strong field for debut. Jamie Ness, over his career, 26% with 3-year-old maiden claimers first time out.
You're right. It is a soft group, and this horse had a nice 5-furlong workout from the gate March 10th here at Laurel, 101.04. That's a strong move, so I like the 2. We both like the 7. How about the 6? Fear the Reaper ran okay last out for maiden 10. At least made an improvement. Might continue to make a little improvement here and should get a nice trip with Ricardo Trappi.
Agreed. Definitely could make the move up into this. A little step off the debut, flash a little bit more speed. This horse is okay, no doubt. Change is coming. Frock Boys, a little bit of a layoff. This horse is going to be sent, I believe, hard from the gate and could take them a long way.
All right, let's take a look here. Race 4 will kick off the middle pick 4 here in the 4th. We're going 5.5 furlongs, claiming 15,000 straight. 3-year-old fillies. I go the outside here. The 7 Traffic Plan should get a nice trip with Ricardo Trappi aboard. Dropping back down to this level. This horse was a nice debut winner against Maiden 40 here at Laurel Park. Stepped up to Allowance Company in her second career start. A good third that day. Fell apart last last out against open 35,000 claimers. The Anthony Farrier barn doing the right thing here, dropping her into the 15. They get a nice outside post here with Chappie aboard. The 7 traffic plan should be tough here in race 4.
No doubt. Going to try to beat her, though. Anthony Farrier, the last couple of years, 0 for 7 with a 50% drop in class. So this horse scares me. I expect her to run a lot better than she did last time. She showed no run. And she was done at the 3/8 pole. You know, the jam job, the quick jam, maybe she gets it done with a stalking position. She should be forward a long way in here if she's right. I go to the inside with the 1, Sharon Thunder, and a 2, Trufflesburg. Trufflesburg going to be my top selection. I like the drop back to where the level in which she was claimed. 2 back try, very good. Countered a lot of trouble. Was game to the wire behind Queen of Schmooze. I think she can get into position by the time they turn for home. And Sharon Thunder, I like the way she closed against the grain of the racetrack last time out. She's holding good form for Thomas McMahon.
You get Horacio Caramanos on the 2, Trufflesburg. He returned to the jockey colony yesterday here in Maryland, former lead rider here in Maryland. He's on some live horses in the stake races later on today, Caramanos. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, things going to start heating up here. Race 5 is a nice maiden special weight. We'll talk about that. Then race 6 starts the stakes action, 5 consecutive stake races, and that's part of the Rainbow Pick 6. We'll take a look at all that right after this.
At ExpressBet, we celebrate the champions who make horse racing great. That's why we provide more ways to bet from more places than ever. We've built an entire family of brands to support horse racing, to give players more of the rewards they deserve, give bettors the information they need to win, and provide a community for horse bettors. Because the best way to support the champions of horse racing is to champion horse racing. ExpressBet. We are racing.
Okay, welcome back here today at the races on a beautiful Saturday. Hopefully the sun's coming out here. We have 5 stake races for you on St. Patrick's Day. The pig roast is cooking out there on the apron for you. Big carryover in that pick 6. That starts in race 6. Let's take a look here at the 5th race. A nice maiden special weight for 3-year-old fillies going 6 furlongs. We have a video spotlight. Your top pick here, Piece of Candy, had a very useful debut in a big 11-horse field. There she is. Had to break from the 1 hole that day.
Yeah, well prepared. Came out of the gate well. We talked about a line of numbers yesterday. Had to drew the rail and was able to show that she can. The horse could handle it. Now this horse, first time out, well schooled, ready to roll, was Piece of Candy. Even encountered a little bit of trouble leaving the 3/8 pole. You see they're now angling to the 2-path, 3-path, and splitting rivals in upper stretch. Not quite good enough to go past, Rumor Ridge, who ended up widening through the final furlong, but very willing to the wire on the inside part of the racetrack. I like Piece of Candy's debut a lot. I think she's going to get good position again. She can avoid that little traffic problem leaving the far turn. I think she can stalk and pounce and get by the 5-horse More Better, who looks like the speed.
I like her. She overcame the 1 post in a big field in her debut to finish second. I use her in my exacta today. I'm thinking the 5 More Better might get a better trip on the outside. This 3-year-old filly by overanalyzed for trainer Jason Egan. She improved in her second start, a good second on a sloppy track against Maiden Special Weight Company. Now gets back to, she was a good third in her debut behind Off My Stage. Now she gets back to a fast track today. A good post with Sheldon Russell, who had a nice winner yesterday. I'll take a shot here with the 5 More Better over your top pick. Here's a nice maiden special weight, a good group of 3-year-old fillies in this race.
You've got the 3-horse coming off some time here for Scott Lake. We haven't seen this horse since August, so debut at 3. First try at 3. Beat Blue Union Rags, right? That's been the key horse when you look at it. So she's gone on and done well, and Scott can handle these kind of layoffs with these kind of maiden fillies. So Mary Acosta, I think, will be tough. She'll be forward. What do you do with the first-time starter, the 1A No Trespassing? Look at the breeding on this horse. Half to Kenzie, made $751,000, and half to Looking at Lucky. It was a pretty good horse, right? You wonder maybe why is she here is probably the biggest question. But two of the 5 foals, the foals we mentioned, did win first time out.
And you get Vargas on the 1A No Trespassing, a homebred for Live Oak stud and trainer Mike Trombetta. How about the Timmy Keefe first-timer on the outside? The 8 Tapriella, the Tim Keefe born with a sneaky good positive ROI with his debut runners. This filly by Tapazar, she's been working well here in the mornings at Laura Park. She gets a good outside draw. Fergal Lynch will ride. Top rider takes the call here on this filly. Lynch and Timmy Keefe, they're 24% together with a positive ROI. So the 8 Tapriella Gabriella could show up here against this group.
Yeah,
Tough group, though.
lone sibling to race with Sindara. She just hasn't run that fast. But, thinking a lot of this putting her in the maiden special way. But she catches a couple tough runners here in Piece of Candy and More Better. Certainly proven, and you've got a well-bred animal in No Trespassing.
All right, so a good group of 3-year-old fillies there in race 5. All right, here we go with the stakes action. Race 6, it also kicks off the second biggest pick 6 carryover in the country today here in race 6, the Conniver. Let's show you the carryover. There it is, $82,248. I have a ticket. Let's take a look at my pick 6 ticket, a $60 play. I was 5 out of 6 yesterday on my on-air ticket. Bigger ticket I played. I hit it. Only paid $211 yesterday. I think it's a good shot to go today because I like a couple prices on my ticket. I'm going to single here in the Conniver. My best bet of the day, the 5, My Magician for Claudio Gonzalez. And the Harrison E. Johnson, I like the 1, Something Awesome, in the 3, Zanatti. The 8th race is Beyond the Wire. Chaos maybe here in this race. I'm going 5 deep. I do like the 3, Limited View, and the Pletcher filly, Mo Shopping. But it could set it up for a closer like Deep Red or Fool's Gold. So 5 deep there in the Beyond the Wire. I'm 5 deep there in the Not for Love. I think Struth and its Sojourn are going to run a big race. But how about the Krusicki half-brothers on the outside, Eastern Bay and John Jones, the 9 and the 10. I think they can both run a big race there in race 9. And then race 10, the Private Terms, top 3-year-olds on the East Coast here in the Private Terms. I like the 2, Bow Harbor. The favorite still having fun, the 4. How about a 15-1 long shot, though, the 8, Whirlin' Curlin with Toledo aboard. And then just 2 deep there in race 11. Go more deep, spread more deep there in race 11 if you can. So there's my ticket, a $60 play. I know you like the late pick 4 today.
Yeah, we're going to go over that. And as evidence right there, buy your ticket. You're saying it's not an easy roll, right? All the way through those 6 races and taking a shot to get you started with My Magician. Hey, if you swing and miss, you back it up and play the pick 5, right?
There you go. There you go. All right, here we go. The Conniver, the first of 5 consecutive stake races here. Race 6, we're going 7 furlongs. Filly mares 3 and up, $75,000 stake here. Maryland bred or Maryland sired filly and mares. Let's show you a video spotlight of the 2 favorites in here. The 5, My Magician, and the 6, Uphill Battle. They hooked up late December here at Laurel in the Politely. My Magician got the better of the 2 in this race.
And Uphill Battle gets the jump, is about 2 lengths clear of My Magician, turning for home at about the 5 path. My Magician maybe 6 or 7 wide, turning for home. Uphill Battle, just a little bit of a flattening out late. Loomed large coming to the 16th pole, just couldn't quite sustain. My Magician, she does sustain very nicely there in that race, and she's going to be tough back at 7 furlongs. This she hasn't won at, but that big effort behind Crab Cakes was awfully strong as well. These 2 look like the horses to beat. The 5, My Magician, the 6, Uphill Battle. I like that mile work that Hugh McManus put into the 6, Uphill Battle. I'm going to get a little bit of a reach here, take a little bit of a jump.
All right.
Trying to get Anna's Bandit. I mean,
yeah.
this is a filly that showed a lot of promise, ran pretty quick at 2, and maybe she's just finally coming into that form that they thought they were going to get out of her. This 4-year-old filly by Great Notion. I really like the last race. I know the number is not really imposing, 73 compared to some of these other horses, but the way she did it, she challenged up to the inside of a rival to edge clear. I think she's going to be poised to pounce in very good position once they leave the 3/8 pole.
I like the 4, Anna's Bandit. Since that last win, that was a nice win against 2 other than Allowance Company. That was her 4th win here at Laurel Park. But look at a couple sensational, dazzling works since that last win. So I think the 4, Anna's Bandit, sitting on a big race. Xavier Perez with a 2-win day yesterday. And the Jerry Robb barn's been heating up. So we both like the 4. I just think the 5, My Magician, who runs well fresh, and she's coming into this race after having February off, almost 2 months off. I think My Magician and Uphill Battle just too tough, but Anna's Bandit in good form. Moon Virginia, big 12-1 long shot here for Hammy Smith, gets the leading rider, George Vargas aboard. Huh?
He's lurking, old Hammy. I saw him walk by with his St. Patty's Day green shirt on. I think he's ready maybe for the winner's circle. A little interview with you, Stan.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 7's going to kick off the late pick 5. No carryover today, but as always, more money back to you. the better with that industry low 12% takeout on the late pick 5. Starts here in race 7, the Harrison E. Johnson $100,000 stake, 3 and up, going 9 furlongs. Can the 7-year-old something awesome stretch out from 7 furlongs to 9 furlongs? That is the question. You made him the deserved 9-5 morning line favorite in here, and well, yeah, why not? He just won a grade 3, going 7 furlongs, closing in that race. He was about 13 lengths out of it in that race. I don't think he's going to be that far back today, going 9 furlongs. He should get a nice ground-saving trip on the inside with the Hall of Famer Edgar Prado.
2 races back after a half mile in 45 flat. He's only 3 lengths out of it, 3.5 lengths out of it. So he's going to be somewhere in range. And I went back on the page. It's been a long time since he's run 2 turns, these dirt routes on the dirt. 2015 at Santa Anita.
Right.
Also went back. This horse broke its maiden for 32 claimer.
Yep.
How about that? And what
nice
a career.
Horse, yep.
You know, he's kind of put together now. 7 for 22. Yeah, I think he's going to go ahead and make the move. He's going to be very prominent throughout. A factor around the final turn. I just think Zanotti is going to get the right kind of setup. He did a lot of the dirty work last time. Forced the issue maybe a little sooner than he wanted to against the Fleet Willie. I think today he can kind of sit a little bit further back and wear him down.
Well, a couple things to show you here. We do have a video we'll show you of Zanotti, but real quick, let's hear what trainer Jose Corrales. We showed you a package yesterday of something awesome. The 7-year-old by Awesome again, a 3-time winner here at Laurel Park. We caught up with Corrales yesterday talking about how the horse is doing this week and what kind of trip he hopes to get in the Harrison E. Johnson.
He's doing very good. He's training well, and but the trip, you know, when you ride a rider like Edgar Prado, you don't really need to tell or think. He think when the horse opened the door, he know what to do from there.
All right, so Corrales going to leave it in the hands of Prado, and why not? You have a Hall of Famer on this horse. He'll save all the ground on the inside. Like you said, he'll be a little closer to the pace today.
I do believe that. It'll be interesting to see what Warrior of the Roses does. I think he's taking a kind of a rating stance the last couple. Maybe he'll just try to go ahead and dead sand and pull in a major upset for Damon. But I think this is 7. Do you know something? The first off the claim is going to be right there forcing the issue. I think Zanotti, Discreet Lover, proven at this distance. They're very competitive at a mile length. I know Discreet Lover 0 for 10. I think he's going to bounce back off of that little sloppy try up at Aqueduct against Zanotti. I think he's going to be a major player as well. He's run well at Laurel. Zanotti, Discreet Lover for me.
Zanotti ran huge in the John B. Campbell. We have that race for you. He chased a Fleet Willie the whole way around there, just couldn't get by. And you're thinking turnover home, this horse is going to pack it in, but no, he just kept chasing a Fleet Willie.
Yeah.
You know, we know how good a Fleet Willie is right now. This horse will get there's no quitting this horse. So if he's chasing some speed around in this race today, he's got Vargas to try to get a good stalking trip behind that speed. There's no quit here in the 3 Zanotti.
He just put together a tremendous string of races, and you say it looks like a Fleet Willie's gone. He's just going to open up and say, see you later, went off by about 5 or 6. No. Vargas does not stop. The horse does not stop. And you look at his running lines. He is a grinding fool. This horse really, really tries hard. He's in tremendous form right now, probably lifetime form for Guerrero. I think he gets a perfect stalking trip in here, and if you want the rider that's going to carry him that last 3/16 of a mile, Vargas will do it for you.
All right, it's a nice contest going 9 furlongs here in the Harrison E. Johnson to kick off that late pick 5. All right, you like the late pick 4. That starts here in race 8, the Beyond the Wire 3-year-old fillies, $100,000 stake going a mile. Late pick 4 time. Let's take a look at your ticket, see how you played it.
Yeah, $27 play, limited view, 3, 5, and 6. Kind of the obvious favorites in the 8th race. 9th race, the 2, 5, and 8, Lewisfield Struth. And it's their journey. Somebody's going to have to jump up out of the woods, upset those 3, I believe.
Sure.
They're clearly consistently faster than the rest of this group. 10th race, the 2, Bal Harbor, the 4, Still Having Fun, and the 9, Forest Fire is my price user. And I guess your horse, Whirling Curlin, if you can afford a little bit more.
Sure.
Gary Cat Whirling Curlin has popped up and run that kind of race before. We haven't seen it the last couple in the 11th race, the 2 extracurricular, and the 8 much maligned Key Scratches in the last. Scratch the 5, Yes Means No in the 6 Imaginary. There's your ticket, $27 for the late pick 4.
All right, this should be a well-played late pick 4. You have 3 stake races here in this, 8, 9, 10, 3 stake races here in this late pick 4 sequence. All right, lots to show you here in the Beyond the Wire. Let's start here with the 3. Limited View, 5-2. She's second choice morning line. The 5 Mo Shopping is your 2-1 morning line favorite here for trainer Todd Pletcher. But let's start here with the 3 Limited View. Let's show you the work that she turned in last Saturday here at Laurel Park. Here she is starting on down the backstretch. She's going to start from the 3/8 pole and turned in a sensational half-mile work, 45-2 last Saturday here for Limited View. So she's tuned up, sitting on a big effort. She's already a multiple stakes winner here at Laurel Park.
Yeah, she's on her home turf. A couple of these other horses shipping in from Parks and up in New York. So that is advantage Limited View. The key, the mile race and the start of this race. Limited View, we've seen a couple times, has had some troubled beginnings. It's going to be critical for her to get out of the gate cleanly. Yeah, she was bumped around last time, off a little bit of slow, but she got to the better part of the track and I think beat a bunch. And, not taking anything away from last year. Enchanted Ghost came back to run big. A couple of these might be a little bit better. You got a proven horse in Mo Shopping going long. Even Vente to Go has gone long, and you got a Chad Brown runner coming in. I think the break is critical for Limited View.
I think we have time for this package. You want to hear hear the package here?
Sure.
We'll hear what trainer John Salzman Jr. has to say about his Maryland bred filly. She was your champion Maryland bred 2-year-old filly last year. Here's a little story on Limited View. Soon after the sun rose at Laurel Park on Saturday morning, March 10th, Limited View had her final workout before her expected next race, Saturday, March 17th. Breaking off from the 3/8 pole, the Maryland-bred filly worked a half-mile in 45-2.
She worked really good. I mean, you've seen her. You can see in the video, she does it so easy. She went a little faster than probably I would have recommended.
Limited View is one of 27 nominations to the Beyond the Wire Stakes, and she is one of 15 nominations to the Conniver, giving her trainer, John Salzman Jr., a couple of different options.
Well, we're going to enter in both spots. I'm not really all hipped up to run against older fillies in marriage yet this early in the year.
The first of 3 stakes wins for Limited View came when she broke poorly and made a long, sustained rally to win the Maryland Million Lassie.
There's a few races that you watch that still gives you goosebumps, and that's one of them. I mean, you could have never made me think going up the backside that she was ever going to win. Around the 3/8 pole when he started asking her, I said, well, she'll get a piece of this anyway, but it's pretty exciting.
Limited View is by Freedom Child, who was the leading freshman sire in the region last year, and with her Maryland Juvenile Filly Championship and Marshall Stakes wins, the very talented filly once again displayed her dazzling ability.
Well, the Juvenile Filly Championship, she just did it all her own way. I mean, I don't know if it was a lighter class of horses or not, but everything went her way that day. Then the other day, the Marshall, it was a little tougher race, but she still handled it well, sat just off the pace, and he did the same thing. He just sets on her. He doesn't have to reach and get her, hit her, or do anything. Just keep her clear and have a safe trip.
With a champion in his barn, Salzman is potentially eyeing some very big races this year.
Trying to get maybe to the Miss Preakness or something like that at Pimlico, but that's not a definite thing either with the shipping stuff. So, I mean, if I'm going to do that, I'll probably take her to Pimlico and stable there with her for a couple weeks.
When it comes to having success in this game like Salzman is having right now, he gives credit to his wife and team behind him.
The secret's all the help, and I mean, I was hoping they would be out here, but they're not right now. If you got good help and good guys behind you, they make things go really smooth. And right now I got good help. My wife, she's running a marathon down in Washington, but she helps a lot. She does a lot of the feeding. She stays in the barn, keeps things going straight. But yeah, good help is the main thing.
All right, well, the John Salzman Jr. barn for a long time around here, been very good with the young horses, and they have a champion filly here. A big test today. Prado has a big test on something awesome, stretching out to 9 furlongs, and Prado, the Hall of Famer, a big test here with Limited View, stretching out to a mile.
Gotta love the purchase price at $5,200. She's made what, 230.
Yep.
And they've done this. They do it time and time again.
That's how they do it.
I mean, these guys, they are sharp when it comes to purchasing these younger horses and getting them on. They blossom and get a nice return for themselves and their other owners.
Right.
And Limited View, and he talked about that. Prado really hadn't gotten to the bottom of her in those wins. Even the day that she got in a lot of trouble out of the gate and she circled wide. I mean, he hasn't really beaten her up or anything like that, So are we going to see? Is he going to get to the bottom of this filly today? She might have to be, and he's going to have to dig deep with some of these other horses. And you're dealing with a mile distance, and boy, she's going to have to make a move into a pretty quick horse in the 6, Smoking Patty Lassie.
All right, we do have a stat here on the morning line favorite. Let's show you that.
Yeah.
The 5, Mo Shopping, 3-year-old filly by Uncle Mo for trainer Todd Pletcher.
Yeah, you look at this filly, Stan, and a maiden special weight trial on the turf back in October 17, and then in for 50. You're like, oh, man, they just want to give this horse away, this homebred. But, boy, she's turned it around. Pletcher, the last 5 years, though, at Laurel, 4 for 7. With 3-year-old fillies on the dirt with an RI of 254. I know it's a small sample. It's a pretty strong percentage.
Sure.
But you go back to last year. How about Lights of Medina, who won here, right? A couple times, won the Weber City Miss, and then went on to just miss in the Black-Eyed Susan. You know, a horse that really wasn't showing a lot. Then it had its head picked up when running here and moved on to do quite well. Mo Shopping, like the way she's kind of run her last 2. Yeah, that was a muddy surface, but it was a track that was really kind of favoring speed, and I like the way she made that steady, grinding run. I think that's going to afford her well at the mile distance today.
Okay, all right, so the 5, Mo Shopping, going to be awfully tough. You have her on top. I have her in the exacta. You like Limited View as well. The 7 I like a little bit here. Deep Red, if chaos occurs like UNBC beating Virginia yesterday. If it's how about that, UNBC?
Awesome.
If it sets up for a closer, Deep Red's going to be coming late with Steve Hamilton aboard.
This horse is just steadily improving for Damon. Has held well after chasing some pretty quick fractions. We'll see at the mile distance, but the 6, you don't have the 6 in here. I was really impressed by the last race. The last score was strong. Was it the muddy field surface? Maybe that was, the fig was highly inflated. I don't know. But one thing, it was a better fig than older filly and mares. There were 2 other than that day, and she ran faster. So Smoking Patty Lassie going to be awfully tough to catch. I think that's her biggest advantage. Limited View, she's going to have to come out of the gate clean, get that stalking position, maybe even shift to the outside of her and be comfortable that way.
All right, so a talented group of 3-year-old fillies here in the Beyond the Wire to kick off the late pick 4. Let's take a look here at race 9, the Not for Love 3 and up for Maryland bred, Maryland sired, $75,000 stake. We're going 6 furlongs here. Let's start here with the 5-2 morning line favored, Struth, your champion, older bred for Maryland breds last year. Let's show you his gallop. This was Wednesday morning. We saw Struth, last year's champion, older horse for Maryland breds. We saw him galloping at Pimlico underneath his regular exercise rider, Reinhold Singh, a former jockey. Well, he's from South Africa, a jockey from South Africa. But here's Struth looking good on Wednesday. When he's on his A game like he was when he won the Howard M. Bender, he's awfully tough, and he gets Vargas to ride today.
Look at that shiny coat. Looking awfully good
looking
right
good
now in the McGee barn. Yeah, it's true. He's done a tremendous job with this horse since being claimed. I got a rematch from the Bender. Lewisfield, Struth. It's the journey. I'll take a shot. Lewisfield might be just a little bit better price when you really break it all down, but that was a blowout win last time. You see the comment, inside bid, eager. Track was a little bit fast. Final time, 1:08.4. That was a fast track that day, Stan. But Lewisfield, I think, is this one, lightly raced. May have not even seen the best of Lewisfield, but he's going to have to bring his best with the likes of Struth, and it's the journey.
There's Struth galloping. I think we do have time. Let's that's about a minute and a half. Let's show you the package we have here on the 6-year-old Maryland bred son of Curlin, Struth. Here he was last Wednesday at Pimlico. The 6-year-old Struth was last year's champion older horse for Maryland breds, and he looks to keep his sharp form in this Saturday's $75,000 Not for Love Stakes, going 6 furlongs at Laurel Park. Since being claimed for $20,000 last May by owner Mark Sittlinger and trainer Kieran McGee, Struth has won 3 races for his new connections, including 2 stakes races, the Hockenson at Delaware last July and the Howard M. Bender Memorial Stakes at Laurel last December. A son of the champion Curlin, Struth is the 5-2 morning line favored in the Not for Love this Saturday, and his exercise rider Reinhold Singh, a former jockey from South Africa, talks about how everybody wants a horse like Struth.
Struth, like people, horses are individuals. He has his own character, and he knows he's a champion. That's the difference. He does exactly what's asked of him, but you got to stay awake on him because he has a lot of spirit. I mean, it's great. This is the reason we do this. We're all in this business. We all want a Struth.
Groom Juan Gallegos has worked for the McGee barn for 5 years and is very happy to work with a champion like Struth.
I like working in this horse. It's my favorite horse. Nice horse. I like it. It's very nice horse. Yeah, easy.
All right, we appreciate trainer Kieran McGee and John Salzman Jr. and Jose Corrales for letting us into their barns, getting us an up-close look here. Yeah, everybody wants a horse like Struth, claiming for $20,000. They're going for their third stakes win today, and they got an awfully good shot to get the leading rider today again.
No, Struth is, I think, poised for a big effort. Gets a little freshening off of two really tough races, so that's probably the right move. It's the journey is going to be awfully tough too. This horse kind of went off for him after going down to Keeneland, a bad race. Didn't really follow it up with a good effort. Failed as a favorite, slight favorite in the Howard Bender Boys. Put it back together against two strong fields. He's going to certainly be a major factor turning for home.
I have the 8. It's the journey on top, simply for the reason I think he's going to get a beautiful outside stalking trip, breaking from the outside. I think the 9 Eastern Bay going to get a nice trip as well. We have a video spotlight here on It's the Journey from the Fire Plug, January 20th here at Laurel Park. A good second behind Awesome Banner, and he beat Something Awesome in this race. Of course, we know what Something Awesome came back to do, win the Grade 3 General George. So I think It's the Journey. He's going to get a beautiful trip today. He's a 5-time winner here at Laurel Park for our Larry Johnson and trainer Mike Trombetto.
And they're in the Fire Plug and about the 4-path and the Fire Plug. It just wasn't quite good enough. That's a salty group of runners right there. So he's back on his top form for Trombetta. Just a couple little hiccups there. That try down to Keeneland just took him a little while to get back, but he is back right now. It's a really good race between these three horses. Eastern Bay, the biggest question for me, he's reeled off 3 straight wins, all on an off surface.
Sure.
What's he going to do on the fast track?
He's been firing some big numbers, talking to an industry expert, shall we say. Looks at all the numbers. His past couple races, Eastern Bay, been running stakes horse numbers.
Oh, yeah.
So he's stepping up into tough company today. He catches Struth. It's the journey. Your horse, Lewis Field, is dead game from the inside. He just fired a 95 and that 2 other than allowance win back in February.
Yeah, he pairs that up. He's right back, and he had the worst of it down inside in the Howard Bender.
All right, so a nice group of sprinters there in the Not for Love. Let's take a look here. The 5th and final stake race of the day to kick off the late daily double. The private terms for top 3-year-olds on the East Coast for $100,000, going a mile and a 16th. A couple scratches here. Scratch the 3, California Night, and also scratch the 7, Diamond King, who is 7-2 Morning Line. We have a video spotlight of the Morning Line favorite here, 9-5 on the 4, Still Having Fun. A Maryland bred by Old Fashioned. He's won 2 in a row. The Frank Whiteley, and here's the win in the Miracle Wood, going a mile in the snow back in February. Here he comes up the inside, green on that left lead. His last couple wins, he's been green on the inside on that left lead.
The old-time revival on the lead, nearly pulled off a major upset at a big price, but still having fun. Broke slow, steadied early, ever so determined to the inside. You're right, doesn't matter if he doesn't switch leads. Heck, he's going to get the job done. An old-time revival. We saw what he did the other day in New York, coming back with a good second, running a buyer of a 90. So that flattered that performance for Still Having Fun. Yeah, they're just kind of ever so slightly pushing the limits, the distance limits. So we're going to see if Still Having Fun can make it 4 for 5.
We're both going against the Morning Line favorite here in the private terms. We both use Still Having Fun in our exacta. You have the 9 Forest Fire on top. How about the 8 Whirlin' Curlin'? Whirlin' Curlin' was the last horse to beat Still Having Fun. That was back in the Maryland Juvenile Futurity. And this son of Curlin simply just thrown a couple of clunkers since then. But Gary Capuano they skipped the Miracle Wood in February. He's been working well here at Laurel Park, so he runs fresh today. He gets Toledo back aboard today. I'll take a shot, see if Whirlin' Curlin can get back in good form again today.
Yeah, where's the speed gone? I mean, he was up close for those races in November, early December, and then all of a sudden he just kind of fell off the map early on and just never picked it up. A little freshing has maybe done him some good. You're right. The works indicate he's ready for a prime performance. You're going to get a legitimate price. You got to get 10, 12 to 1 on Whirlin' Curlin' here. But I go to the extreme outside. The 9 Forest Fire, a couple scratches in here doesn't make this trip too hazardous for him. I just love the greediness he showed. I know Nico Bree and TJ came back not so good. A couple other horses came out of that race to run big. These horses can make big leaps and bounds at this time of year. I think Forest Fire will get position around the first turn at this mile and 16th distance. He will not be far off of it, and he was as game as they could be last time. He's not going to give up without a major fight, and you're going to get Service at an okay price.
That was a dead game win last out for Forest Fire. We know John Service can get a 3-year-old ready for these big races. So homebred for Shirley Lojaski up there in Pennsylvania. So we both like the 9. We both like the 4 and the 8. The 2, Bow Harbor with the leading rider Vargas aboard for a guy by the name of Todd Pletcher. This horse well seasoned. Didn't run well last out in the Grade 3 Withers, but did run well in the Mucho Macho Man and the Smooth Air down there at Gulfstream.
Has the route experience, no doubt. A little turn back, had trouble at the break. I'm going to put a line through that race on February the 3rd, but a good effort, a willing effort behind the highly talented Mask at Gulfstream, and a win against a key horse, and where she told me to go down at Gulfstream as well. This horse is going to be awfully tough. Another one, season, gets position, likes to grind and fight it out. You can't dismiss the 2, Bal Harbor, at all. But Forest Fire going back for a little bit of price. How's this for Service? 6 for 27 with 3-year-olds off of a top buyer last out and coming off of a win on the dirt. ROI of 402. It's going to be my price play in the private terms.
All right, so we like the same 4 horses, a talented group here in the private terms to kick off the late daily double. Okay, here we go, race 11. We're almost out of time. We're going a mile here. Race 11, maiden claiming 25,000 straight 3-year-olds. A couple key scratches in this race. The 2 morning line favorites, the 5, Yes Means No, and the 6, Imaginaire, are both scratched. So I end up on the 2, Extracurricular here for trainer Dale Capuano. He has a license to steal here. The debut against Maiden 40 and the slop. Had to break out there on 198 from the 14 hole. So it didn't run very well that day. But Weston Hamilton stays aboard today. They take a drop. They get a fast track. They stretch out. I think we'll see a better effort today from the 2, Extracurricular.
We saw a few horses in that race just kind of discombobulated early. The field just kind of ran off a line of numbers, opened up. Birdie's number also came out of that race. The winner of that race, that they came back to run a big number against better line of numbers. You see that a big effort yesterday. I think Extracurricular going to be much improved. Second time out, a little bit shorter field. Stretch out shouldn't be an issue. Much Malign's probably going to be the horse to catch. I think he'll deal with the 4 early, get the lead, and hopefully we can get the 2 to run them down.
All right, so 2, 8, 3, 4 for both Keith and I there in the finale. That's it. We're out of time. Big Super Saturday for you this afternoon with 5 stake races. All 5 of those stake races are in that pick 6. The Conniver, race 6, starts the pick 6 with that big carryover over 82,000. Good luck today. Good luck to you up there. Bunch of big fields. Dave Robin coming up. Next was today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.